What's up? This is your host Non-Fungible TC, Non-Fungible Today and Non-Fungible Tomorrow, and today we will be talking about Nanoverse HQ Phase 2. So for those of you who have been in this space, you will probably know the project Nanoverse. They have been here for almost a year. They're actually coming up with the Phase 2 mint on December the 18th, which is their first year anniversary. And the reason why I'm doing this video is just want to shout out to Mayuki. I actually met her here in Hong Kong. She's the business development for Asia for Nanoverse and Project PXN. And she has very kindly offered 2 whitelist spots for me to give away. And these 2 whitelist spots is for this Nanoverse Phase 2. So without further ado, let us look into this project and just want to say thank you to her. So anyways, guys, so what is this project Phase 2? Okay, so before we begin, I think one of the things that we have to see is that if you go to here, they are going to release something that they call agents, which is a 10,000 profile picture type of collection. But this type of profile picture collection is actually quite interesting because it is an interactive type of agent. So they're trying to come up with agents that has 2 purposes. The first type of purpose is that these agents could be desktop agent, which is AI agent that you can kind of interact with, and that it will help you do some sort of stuff, right? And the second purpose is that you can use these agents as a VTuber avatar. So for example, rather than seeing my face, you could use these agents to stream YouTube videos, maybe take video calls and stuff like that, right? So there is 2 main purposes, which will go deeper, right? But the first thing I want to talk about is the the execution of how the mint is going to happen, right? So the first mint is actually 4,445 assets granted plus public mint, which is also the whitelist that we're giving away here. So this is a reserve paid whitelist for assets granted. So wallet collection coming soon. Any remainder of whitelist not minted goes to the public mint. So the mint date is December the 18th, but I think one of the most important and deciding factor is the mint price, which I'm going to share my thoughts very shortly. And then the next one is actually free mint. So if you hold a NanoPass NFT, you will get 1 free mint for this. So this will be 5,555, right? In a bear market, 10,000 profile picture or 10,000 NFT collection, it could be difficult to mint out. But one of the crucial factors that we do not have right now is actually the mint price. So I think we'll talk about it during my thoughts when I conclude this video. So I think the first thing we need to see is that the quality of the team, and Nanoverse has been here for now almost a year. Every time when I talk to people about Nanoverse PXN, there's a lot of mixed reactions. Some people liked it, some people don't like it. So I'll try to be neutral here, right? That one thing that I do appreciate is that I appreciate projects that have efforts to build like trailer videos or to know how to tell a story, right? Because if you look at this, so what you can see just now is a trailer video that they made for Phase 2. And the reason why I appreciate this is that it gives you an idea that the team has some capability or know people with 3D design skills, right? Because these type of 3D designs are actually quite nice and they are trailer worthy, right? Look at the 3D design. So for this agent mint that they're doing is actually 3D avatars, which I will show you shortly. I do think that yes, they have a lot of different type of views in the past, but I think sometimes in the Web3 space you can only believe in what you see, and this is a way of executing, right? This is showing you what they are capable of in terms of storytelling and branding. So this is actually the agents that are coming out. So I think the interesting thing here is that these NFTs will be 3D interactable avatars, so it will be an AI assistant. And right now this is a trailer where you could actually chat with these AI assistant, and that this AI actually could recognize what you say, and then they will react to it, right? And at the same time, not only can you chat with this AI, you can also use this face or this persona of the AI to be a YouTuber, right? For example, rather than me, you'll see this avatar speaking in this video, right? So it'll be interesting to see how they execute this. And there are projects that are NFT projects that have minted VTubers or YouTube virtual avatars, which I will share with you shortly to kind of have a benchmark, right? But the thing in general that I see is that it's very hard to sustain, right? So it'll be interesting to see how they sustain with not only with the VTuber element, but how they sustain with the AI capabilities, and also how they could make this AI more interactive, more fun, so that people will want to keep these NFTs, right? And one thing that I really appreciate is actually one of the trailer videos. And just now we kind of saw the 3D capabilities of the team, but they have recently announced a video, which is just yesterday, and this is a 2D trailer, which is actually pretty cool. So storytelling aside, I think this is actually very cool to see a project not only deliver in terms of the 3D capabilities, but also it is very cool for them to kind of hint what could be up next, right? Because this is kind of like, it is a short video, it's just a minute, but it really shows you that they have connections with studio that might be able to create stories surrounding these virtual avatars, or the phase 2, or for the whole Nanoverse project. So I recently saw this thread, which I think is actually quite helpful to understand this, because there is no website. From what I heard, the founder usually release the details very last minute, and that's the style. So what is this too? The Nano Phase 2. So Nano Pass is a phase 1 into the whole ecosystem. The early access pass for anything that they release. Phase 2, they'll be releasing 10,000 3D desktop assistant models, which they call agent, right? If you own the Nano Pass, you can mint it for free. If you don't, then you will have to pay, which there's no confirmation on the mint price yet, right? So the phase 2 NFTs will be Metaverse and VTuber ready 3D models, right? Fully customizable and work as an AI on your desktop. So what you can do is that there's two sides of this, right, which I can't talk about it. The first one is the desktop assistant, which is a free-to-use software that anyone, even those who do not know about NFTs, can download and install, and it loads the agent that exists on your desktop, like a Neopad. It's a very basic model which you have to pay tokens to upgrade. So there's some sort of tokenomics here. So the base model, my understanding, is free, but then you have to pay tokens to upgrade this, right? So only if you own the NFT can you use the agent as a VTuber model, right? So your avatar, you can use it to stream. You own all the rights to that IP. You can generate money, get donations, get stream revenue. You can also build an entire business around it because you own that IP. And they decided to do the minting day on the 1-year anniversary, December the 18th. And as long as you hold the NanoPass NFT, you could be able to claim your agent NFT. So male agent sneak peeks are coming this week, right? So pretty comprehensive AMA if you want to know more about this project. But as you can see, these are the art sample, right? So when you mint these NFTs, these are very profile picture driven. These will be 3D. And then if you own the NFT, you can use it as a virtual avatar. If you don't, I think there's a base model, which is this base model that you can talk to as a desktop assistant and then pay tokens to upgrade, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it about this project. So potentially I'm thinking of giving away one of the whitelists thanks to Mayuki on Friday as using the stream avatar, so you can participate. So it's the same as using avatar and participating and having a chance to win this whitelist. So stay tuned with all the announcements and the stuff I talk about when I post on Twitter and so on, right? I do want to share some of my thoughts, right? Virtual avatar isn't really a new thing in the NFT space. I just remember that there was a project called Anata, which is now trading at a 0.999 ETH price. And also there's another one which is called V-High Avatar Gen 0, right? So V-High Avatar, so I don't really remember the mint price, but usually when these virtual avatar first came out, right? And also this was actually during the bull market, right? These virtual avatars could trade for a very high dollar because some people would like to use this virtual persona, and if they could use it in video call, they will pay heavy money into this, right? But it really depends on personal taste and also personal liking of these virtual avatars, right? But usually when the first hype ends, it kind of slowly died down, right? So you can see how it went so high in the average price. Average price is 1.7, 1.8, right? Boom, all the way now back to 0.8 or 0.7. Usually there's always a hype post mint where people can buy the avatars and a lot of trading, but as things kind of settle down after the review, it kind of will slow down, right? Same with VHigh. Look at this, right? Look at this, trading volume, and then it kind of slowly died down after a while. So moving on to my thoughts on this project. As a 10,000 mint with 5,555 holder mint and 4,445 paid plus public mint, I think it will be very interesting to see the mint price, right? Because usually this will be very difficult to mint out due to the market environment. But it will be interesting to see whether the reputation of PXN Nanoverse is able to kind of make this sell out, right? But as I said, every time I listen to people talk about the project, there's always two camps, right? So it'll be interesting to see if there's any demand for AI desktop assistants, right? But personally, one thing that came to mind is I'm curious if NFT holders will install the software, right? Because your computer is usually where you store your seed phrase. Would you want to install a software with an AI assistant that collects data on your computer due to security concerns, right? Would you do that, right? Unless this AI avatar is probably on the browser. If it's on the browser, then there's not a lot of things that you need to download that's not on your system. Maybe some people will think that this is safer, right? So anyways, VTubing avatars, I'm curious about how many community members would be interested, right? And for example, some comics member really do associate themselves with the avatar and use it as a VTuber avatar. But not a lot of people do that, right? Only a selective few. Not everyone in a community is a YouTuber or something like that, or want to use a virtual avatar to represent themselves as a persona. The third one is a lot of effort is needed to train the AI, and a lot of data have to feed it with the AI, right? So it'll be interesting to see how the community will approach this. So personally, I do not think this is a flip project. You might be lucky that you get certain agent that has a special trait or look really nice that some whales might want to buy. But this is a very I would say a weird case because and also it's very risky in the sense that different people have different preferences for a virtual avatar or a AI assistant that could that they like, right? So I don't think this is a flip project like mint and then flip, because people will look at the avatar, see if it relates to themselves and whether they really want to use it. And also with the past history of PXN, there are understandable some thought related to the team, right? But personally, I think, especially in such a bear market, you have to identify teams that are delivering and teams that are building the story, right? I believe that when an NFT project is an IP-driven project, it has to be very strong in terms of creating the animations and telling the story and setting the setting of the whole IP, right? So I do think that given how they do execute it on the trailers, not only just 2D trailer, but also 3D trailer, I think they do know what they're doing in terms of building the IP. Building the IP doesn't equate to, having a project that is gonna double in terms of the mint price or whatever, right? I personally think this will be a long-term hold because, the AI, you have to train it, is a long-term process. And, but at the same time, is not like a flip project, right? Because depending, like how much liquidity can you lock with this, right? Because when you pay this, if you mint this in the public or whitelist mint, you will have to lock that liquidity with the AI. And maybe once you develop a relationship with that AI, it'll be very difficult for you to, sell it or, to let go of it, right? So that is the liquidity gone, right? So it's not that type of flip mentality. Let me wrap up. I think this is a interesting project. It shows how NFTs and projects could push boundaries. Personally will be very interested to see the mint price and also how they mint it, right? But at the same time, if you're looking to create avatars, I actually have a QR code on the top. You could start scanning this QR code and creating a stream avatar, and very likely this Friday I'm gonna be doing a whitelist giveaway with these stream avatars. So you don't want to miss this if you are interested in this project. But this is my genuine feeling about what I've read so far and also what I've seen in the market. But kudos to the team for innovating, because building an AI desktop assistant and building a virtual avatar and also using 3D, different type of 3D models with 10,000 different combination is no easy task, right? So that's it, guys. That's my thoughts. If you like this video, remember to like and subscribe and retweet it, share with friends, or feel free to comment below. We'd love to have a discussion with you. And in full transparency, Mayuki came up to me on Discord and say, "Hey, I have 2 whitelists to give it to you, right? If you want to give it away." And I said, "Hey, thank you for the whitelist. I would love to do a video about this project because I think it's kind of interesting, right?" So this is your host, Non-Fungible TC, signing out.